Welcome to the Acacia Youth Center. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great township of Woodbridge, and we're here tonight to honor our students who succeeded in winning their class essay contest on Martin Luther King Jr. Of course, this is Black History Month. We have so many things we've done. If you haven't seen our social media pages lately, we have these wonderful little vignettes, couple sentences each about some of the famous black people in the history of Woodbridge Township. We've featured Kyle Anderson, who's the very first black elected council person. We featured Monica Michelle Smith, the very first black elected board member. Marie Anderson, the very first black board president. Eric LeGrand, you don't have to say too much about Eric LeGrand and what he meant to not only Woodbridge, not only the country, but the world. We have Eric Ransom, a police officer. We have Glenn Morgan, the head of the Human Rights Commission. We have a few others. I can't think of everybody right now, but you want to take a look at them. A little quick history about this building. This used to be the Hungarian Club since the 1950s. The town actually sold all this acreage to the club back sometime in the mid to late 1950s and said you can put up a clubhouse and go out and do what you want to do. Somebody had the good sense back then to say, okay, that's great, but if you ever stop using it as a club, it goes back to the township, because we don't want them, they didn't want them at the time saying, okay, we'll close up and sell it and make a lot of money. So that it went back to the township. It turns out a year or two ago they went out of business, and we got this beautiful piece of land and this beautiful building. We spent a lot of money fixing it up. This is the main hall. Right behind it, of course, there's a stage here. There's been plays put on here many years ago by the Woodbridge Community Youth Players. This was their second home after School 21 before they got to Woodbridge Middle. Right behind us here, before you leave, take a walk through it. It is a youth center for middle school kids between 3 and 6 every day. Frankly, we started with the goal of it being Woodbridge, Island, and Avenel middle schools. Of course, the pandemic has caused a shortage of drivers and buses, and we haven't been able to get everything done that we wanted to. But a lot of Woodbridge kids use it, some Avenel kids use it, and we want to get things going for the other two. Colonia has Evergreen right next to the middle school. Ford's has the Highland Grove Youth Center right down the street from Ford's Middle School, but the other three didn't have anything, and this was going to be it. But there had to be buses, and that's not been 100% of what we wanted just yet. But it's a wonderful facility. It's open every day, and it also we also invite elementary school kids periodically. Avenel Middle has a teen night on February 25th, which I guess is this Friday. Woodbridge had one in December, was amazingly successful, so this is a terrific resource. The bar in the back that the Hungarian Club ran is going to be operated by the American Irish Association, which has existed for 47 years and never actually had a home. They go from place to place, renting different venues, and now they'll have a place to call their own. Of course, they put on the very successful St. Patrick's Day parade in town, and this one's coming up March 16th. I hope nothing broke back there. So this is a great, great facility. Certainly take a look before you go, show your kids, take a walk around. I would now like to introduce the superintendent of the Woodbridge Board of Education, Dr. Joe Massimino, to talk a little bit about tonight, and then we'll hear from Craig Coughlin, our assemblyman, and then we will present an award and a proclamation from the town and from the board to each essayist. They'll all sit down, and then the winning essay, which I won't say what school it's from yet, but then that person will read that essay, and then we'll take pictures and stick around and have a good time. So ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Joe Massimino.
I just want to thank everybody for coming. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Mayor McCormick, the Town Council, Assembly Speaker Coughlin, all the members of our Board of Ed. We have Kyle Anderson, our County Superintendent, members from our Human Rights Commission, and I think everybody, if I left you out, I apologize, but everybody's presence here just speaks to how important of an event this is. As a former history teacher, the celebration of the iconic Martin Luther King Jr., there's not a whole lot to say other than if you're going to look into history and you're going to look into the journey of progress, I don't know that there's a better person to focus on. So I want to thank all of the parents that are here tonight. I want to congratulate all of the students, everybody who participated. Special kudos to our winners. I'd also like to take a moment to thank all of the principals and teachers You know, there's thousands of students across our schools, and the principals came out to acknowledge one student, and teachers came out to acknowledge one student, which I think further demonstrates their commitment, you know, to our student success. So I want to congratulate everybody, our students, for their efforts in taking part in this. I look forward to this event every year. It's wonderful to be invited to the Acacia Center and have these kinds of events in a place like this. So I can't thank the mayor and the town council enough for opening these venues to us and allowing us to use them in a myriad of ways, and we look forward to continuing that partnership as it grows stronger. So congratulations to our winners, and I hope you enjoy the evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Manzanito. Next up is our 19th District Assemblyman covering Woodbridge, Carteret, Perth Amboy, Sayreville, and South Amboy, and he is so well regarded by his colleagues and peers in Trenton that he was just elected for his third term as the Speaker of the General Assembly, and the last time that happened was over 30 years ago. That shows a lot about Craig Coughlin. Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Coughlin.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. You know, it's a pleasure and privilege to be with everybody tonight to celebrate the great work of all these terrific students and to be together in such a fine place. You know, typically this is done at Woodbridge Town Hall before a council meeting, but I think it's a special night, and the size of the crowd tells me that it would have been really pretty crowded in Town Hall, so we're lucky to be here. So to all the members of the council, it's nice to see you, the members of the Board of Education who are here, to all the teachers who helped shape these young writers, and mostly to the parents who were responsible for them being such terrific students and such caring students. And to the students, thank you. Thank you for your work. Congratulations on your great effort. And I hope you took from this something about Dr. King. It is, I think, particularly fitting that this is an essay contest to celebrate Black History Month and to have recently celebrated Dr. King's birthday, because he's a man who changed the world through words. He never shot a gun, never killed anyone, never inspired anyone to do violence, but changed the world because of the force of his arguments, because of his sincerity and commitment to make change, and did it all without raising a finger. But raising a voice and writing words, and inspires us all. We would be better served, all of us, if we remember that as we go through the day. You know, this is a challenging time in the world. It is a challenging time in our country. There is an awful lot of divide. We would be better served to use Dr. King as an example to help us bridge that divide and to continue to do what's right and best for this great nation. So to all of you students, congratulations on your talent, and congratulations on being recognized this evening for that. So thank you all for coming out. I look forward to hearing some of these essays.
Thank you, Craig. That was a pretty good essay, don't you think? I think if Save Daddy might win next year. I also want to, before we introduce everybody and get started, I want to remind you that at the Barron Arts Center, there's an exhibit between last week and April 1st, Advocates of Social Change, and it features Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Mahatma Gandhi, so two of the greats, and it's a wonderful exhibit. Please find some time in the next, I guess it's now 5 weeks, to see that. I'd like to introduce the people up here at the dais. Next to Dr. Massimino is soon-to-be Dr. Kendall Ali. He is the Director of Equity and Inclusion and Diversity for the Woodbridge Township School District. The Chief of Staff and former Councilwoman Carolyn Ehrlich. Current Councilwoman at Large Lisbeth De Jesus. A member of the Human Rights Commission, Gary White. President and Chairman of the Human Rights Commission, Glenn Morgan. Councilman from the 4th Ward of Island and Menlo Park Terrace, Vero Patel. Councilman at Large, Kyle Anderson. To my right here, Vinnie Sacadato, who is the Director of Curriculum Coordinator for Social Studies. From the Board of Education, Dan Harris. Newly appointed Councilwoman from the 1st Ward, Sharon McAuliffe. Former Councilwoman and current member of the Human Rights Commission, Patricia Osborne. And current Councilman at Large, Greg Ficara. So we have a whole wide array of board members, council members, human rights members, administrative members. Let's hear for the dais. And now if Craig could come up with me, and Joe, Dr. Joe, please come up. We're going to bring in each school winner You can take some pictures, but we want to keep it kind of moving. We'll all stick around at the end if you want to get better shots. Yeah, we want you to come up, turn around, face the audience, get your cheer, and then turn around and take a seat over here. So we will start with Mobby Street number 1.
Step up in front of the podium.
Oh, you want me to step up in front? Okay.
And Craig.
And Craig.
Craig, you can.
From Mobby Street School 1, Mathanki Maheswaran. Okay, you can hold that up and hold that one up and stand right in the middle here. Okay, from Avenel Street School 4 and 5, Eve Hagar. And we have Principal Pascogian with us. I forgot to say, any teachers from Mobby Street School 1 here? Any teachers from School 4 and 5 here? Want to stand up? Okay, let me make sure we get you. You've done this before, haven't you? Yeah, sure. From Port Reading School 9, Alyssa Wright. And also we have Principal Fitzgerald here. And if we have any teachers here, please stand. Oh, teacher's got the camera.
Congratulations.
Just turn around, hold them both. Yep, hold them both up. All right, take a seat to the left. From Ford Avenue School 14, Noah Burgos Pena. We have Principal Worley here. Any teachers, please stand up. Thank you.
We got one more over here, buddy.
Right over here. We've got 2 of them. No, wait.
Turn around.
Hold it that way with your right hand. And now hold this one with your left hand. Now you got it. You want to tell me how you felt writing this essay? What was the main theme of your essay?
To get it done.
I can't top that. I'm sorry. All right, go. Indiana Avenue School 18, Brett Harrington. No. Come on, hold him out around, hold him out. That's the way to do it. All right. All right, thank you. Take a seat right over here. From Menlo Park Terrace School 19, Ariana Bardwaj. We have Principal Trooper here, and we have at least a teacher behind you there with a camera. There you go. How about you? You want to tell me what you feel like when you were writing this?
I hope I inspire many people.
Oh, we hope you inspire many people. All right, very good. Claremont Avenue School 20, Heidi Schmidt. And we have Principal Schaefer in the audience. And I see some picture takers. Hold that one in one hand. Okay. Oakridge Heights School 21, Gabriel Gonzalez. And we have Principal Scott Osborne here. Around, yep, that's the way to do it. All right.
There you go.
Oh, she needs holding down. Look, she needs holding you. You're blocking your face. The mask is too. If you want, we can have the kids take masks off later and take pictures. From Woodbine Avenue School 23, Manith.
Skip 22.
I skipped 22? Oh, Lynn School 22, Gabriella Tavares. Now we have Principal Connolly here.
There you go.
How about you? You want to tell me how you felt writing the essay?
I wanted to help people to be inspired by Dr. King.
Okay, very good, very good. Woodbine Avenue School 23, Manith, Ira Pagara, and Dr. Zagas here, the principal. Oh, turn around. Lafayette State School 25, Anika Dave, and Principal Bronsdorf is in the house. Do you have any comments about your essay?
I wanted to express how Dr. King inspires me.
Okay, terrific. From Rockland Pacific School 26, Dia Patel, and Principal Martino Obolsky is here. All right, from Pennsylvania Avenue School 27, Robert Sutton, Principal Lucens here. Any thoughts about the essay?
I just wanted people to know more about Dr. King and all his amazing work.
What's the most important thing you learned from all your research?
I think it would be how he fought for black people's rights without hurting anyone or using violence.
Perfect. Matthew Jago, School 28, Raymond Benkovich, Principal Patton's in the house. Fold it back. All right, and from Oaktree Road, School 29, John V. Patel, Principal Osborne is here. Do you have any comments about, as you did your research and your homework on trying to figure this essay out, what you thought?
I just wanted people to know that it doesn't matter on your skin color, it depends on how you act.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. All right, so you may think we forgot Ross Street School 11, but we didn't. The district winner from Ross Street School 11, and Principal Giordano is here, Montserrat Batista.
Congratulations. Well done.
Yeah. Now we'll hold these for a minute, and this is your essay. Now what I'd like you to do is I can hold the microphone, you turn around, face the audience, unless you want to hold it, or you want me to hold it? I could hold it, okay, so,
Turn the page. There you go.
okay, nice and loud, let everybody hear you.
Not many people in my life have been inspiring enough to be compared to Martin Luther King Jr. If I had to pick one person that lives their life exactly how I want to be one day, I'd choose my mother, Haiti Quesada. To me, being like Dr. King implies you are fair, brave, nice, and strong. Most importantly, my mom shows the same amount of respect to everybody, no matter their color, race, or religion. My mom thinks everyone is the same. She also thinks that we will get nowhere in life if we don't care for everyone the same way we do for our family. I would never change the way my mom sees the world. Martin Luther King Jr. was a loving person and never used violence, no matter the cause. When I was younger, my mom used to tell me stories about how when she was at work, people didn't treat her very well because she is Spanish. My mom told me instead of getting nasty and being rude, she just decided to kill them with kindness. I recommend this because it made them so mad to see her friendly reaction. When my classmates tried to make me mad by calling me names like Monster Rat, instead of my real name, I laughed with them instead of getting mad. That's how Dr. King, my mom, and I don't use violence or unkind words. I would never hit anyone because I know I couldn't live with myself knowing that I hurt someone and my mom's feelings. When I was 9 years old, I got a chance to tutor people that speak Spanish and English. I wasn't going to take it because I thought I would mess up. Nervous, I was going to say no to helping people. My mom watched me type my response that I was not going to accept this offer. She gave me a long talk about how the only thing she wants most is for me to be a helper and for her to be a kid again. That made me laugh, but I went and said yes to the offer. Now I've made so many friends from all around the world. My mom inspired me to be a helper, just like how Martin Luther King helped Rosa Parks when she was thrown in jail. Martin Luther King Jr. accepted people from all kinds of backgrounds. My mom and I do this as well. I know so many people from India, Cuba, Turkey, Japan, Nigeria, and countless other places. This is all because of my mother. She is the most accepting person in my family. It's because of her I have so many friends that I can talk to. I would never want to live my life thinking that I can only talk to people that are my race. My mom has a saying, if we don't see people that we see our close friends or our family, it's like you're not evolving. Who doesn't want to evolve to be a better you? Sometimes I think that people won't be like my mom because of her family situation or their backgrounds. None of that means you have to treat people differently. There's so many other examples that say my mom's not racist, nonviolent, and a helper. I would say that in every situation, my mom is still like Dr. King. All that matters to me is that my mom continues to be the amazing, loving, and inspiring woman that she is. I am so grateful to have her as my mom and my role model.
Wow.
Wow. Congratulations on raising such a wonderful young lady. All of you who are here should be proud of your children because there's a lot of 4th and 5th graders in each grammar school and only one kid got picked from the essay he or she wrote, and that was your kid. So congratulations for being part of their education, to raise them the way they are, to be able to write that. So how old are you?
11.
11. I'm going to introduce you to a young lady who came here to America from Puerto Rico when she was 9 years old, and that is Lisbeth de Jesus. She's our council person, and I'm sure she has a lot of stories that she could share that you would find interesting and she could learn from your experiences. So, Montserrat, this is Lisbeth. Lisbeth, this is Montserrat. And now you have a new friend, and you can talk to her after the ceremony's over. But I'll tell you first, a lot of people are going to want your picture. So congratulations, Montserrat. You can sit over here. I want to ask Glenn Morgan, is the president of the Human Rights Commission. I know it's hard for you to tell a short story, Glenn, but can you just say a couple of words? So the story here is, back a couple of years ago, when a lot of things were happening, we were trying to figure out different approaches. Carol did some homework and found out that way back in the 70s we had a Human Rights Commission that kind of is still technically on the books but inactive for 20 years. So we looked into it. It turns out Glenn's mother was the chairman of that back in the 1970s. And she was an amazing person who, when you talk about Dr. King, you talk about Montserrat's mom. That's Glenn Morgan's mother, the way she handled people, the way she treated people. And we asked Glenn to be the chairman of the first or reconstituted Human Rights Commission. Gary's on it, Pat's on it, 4 other people are on it. And Glenn's been a wonderful chairman of it. Can I say 3 minutes? Can you do 3 minutes?
My goodness.
I don't think Glenn can introduce himself in 3 minutes. Give it a shot, Glenn. Tell me about tell everybody about the Human Rights
Lord.
Commission.
Yes, thank you. First of all, thank everyone here for their essays and their participation in it. I'll try not to get too emotional. When it comes to my parents and everything, it's kind of tough. There are no losers here. All winners. The parents as well. It starts at home. And that's what we need more of in this country and this world. You're making a difference. This is our future. We as a community have to make it happen. And we need everybody to make that going forward. So I just want to let you know, as chairman of the Human Rights Commission, we have our meetings at the council once a month. You're more than welcome to come. And any issues or whatever you may have going on, feel free. We're there for you and the community. Thank you. Was that 3 minutes?
Less. Okay. Officer Kari Manzini is in the house, and he is the reason why this township has become a safe place where many of our businesses and our public buildings display the safe place sign. It's rainbow, and then anybody, mostly youth, who feel in any way like they need to talk to somebody or get help or whatever, they can go in that place, that store, that business, that building, and anybody LGBTQ plus can just find a place to talk to somebody and get referred to the right people. Also upstairs here, we had a young lady from Colonia High School, Molly Rubin, who wanted to do her Girl Scout Gold Award project, and she turned that was a meeting room for the Hungarian Club, and she turned it into what she calls a happy place, where LGBTQ plus kids can come, mostly middle schools and high schools, and have a place to talk and have a place to just socialize. There's so many good things happening in town. Carol mentioned that Carrie was here. I want to say how proud I am of this young man. He was a police reservist for years, hanging around town hall, always wanted to be a cop, and suddenly he was one. And he's just done a great job. Kari Manzini. So now what we'd like to do is we'll go school by school. If the kids can come up, and maybe the principal and any teachers who are with you, stand in front of that screen there, and we'll get pictures of you, and it'll all be posted to our social media pages. And if you want to come up and take pictures also while we're taking them, you can.